Hello everyone. First and foremost, I have to make an important disclaimer in this video, an important clarification before I continue, and when I explain the context of the video you'll understand why. This message is directly to the authorities in Thailand. This is for the Royal Police and those charged with the duty of cracking down on Lese Majeste offences. I am in the United Kingdom. I am therefore not subject to Thai law. I am asking you to respect the sovereignty of my country and respect the fact that I have uploaded this video in another country. I am not in Thailand. I am not a Thai citizen. I have not violated your laws. And if you are holding me as you watch this video, I believe you are breaking international law. So I want to make that clarification. If I ever go to Thailand, I will respect your laws. I will respect the laws of Thailand. Thank you. Now, to people who regularly watch my videos, that might sound like a very strange thing, but I'm going to explain the context of this. I also want to quickly explain why I've disabled the comments. Now, that's a necessary step I've had to take. It's something I rarely do. I'm speaking quite fast because the quality on this video is not so great at the moment. It's something I regularly do is to allow comments. On this occasion I've had no choice but to block them. The reason is that today I've had to put up with some harassment from people who are trying to intimidate me, trying to threaten me, who've shared my personal information. I've had to report them. This is Facebook I'm talking about. So I'm simply doing this as a precaution. To people who support me, I apologise, but I'm sure you'll appreciate that I have to do this. Okay. The context of this video is actually a continuation, if you like, of a video I made about 2 years ago, towards the end of 2012. Now, in recent weeks that video has got a lot more views, almost 3,000 at the moment. That's by far my most watched video. Compared to other videos online, that may not seem like a huge amount, but for my videos it is a lot. And the comments section there's been a significant backlash, although I've also had some support. Basically, in that video I was discussing the issue of Lese Majeste in Thailand, notably in the penal code known as Article 112. If you're a Thai citizen, you'll know what I'm talking about. To people outside Thailand, this is a law that prohibits criticism of the royal family, or even perceived criticism of the royal family. And what I argued in the video was that this is a blatant attack on basic human rights. It's a basic attack on freedom of expression. And under this code of or under this penal code, people can be imprisoned for up to 15 years. 15 years simply for holding an opinion which is perceived to be anti-monarchy. Sometimes it is anti-monarchy, sometimes it isn't. But the point is, it is an attack on freedom of expression. And it's got out of control in Thailand. Now, the last week, and this may be why the number of views have increased, there has been big developments in Thailand. There's been a coup d'etat, so the situation's developing fast. This is the 19th coup d'etat in Thailand's modern history. 19 coup d'etats in under a century. That's a lot for any country. The Prime Minister, Ms. Shinawatra, has been forced to step down. She's currently under house arrest, I believe. So things are developing rapidly. This is a divided country that I believe is going to get even more divided. So these are very tense days for Thailand. Now, if you're a Thai citizen, you may be saying, well, why do I as a foreigner, why am I interested? I want to break this video up into several parts, and I'll try not to make it too long, but it is important that I raise all the things I want to raise. The reason I care, and the reason I am following this, is quite simply because I'm a human being. I'm a citizen of the world. And when I see innocent people being persecuted in one part of the world, as far as I'm concerned, they're my brothers and sisters. Now, that may sound like I'm being sentimental, but that is my gut feeling. It's the way I feel. So I believe that when I'm in a country that has relatively good freedom of expression, it's almost my duty to raise awareness about this. And just to be clear, it's not just Thailand I talk about. I've got a lot of videos and I have discussed issues in many countries, including, by the way, my own. I have raised issues in the United Kingdom as well. Now, at this point, I want to directly address those people who have been attacking me. Some of you are being reasonable enough. I can tell that you're trying to make your argument, and that's fine. I am prepared to have mature, adult, civilized debate. However, unfortunately, most of the comments directed at me haven't been mature. They have been thuggish, they have been cowardly, they have been by people who have tried to intimidate me, tried to shut me up. My message for them is it won't work. It's as simple as that. This is the internet, and on the internet, people have free expression. Governments may try to restrict that, but this is a bastion of free expression, and I will make use of it. You have called me many things, and that's fine. I don't really care. What does bother me, though, is when you threaten other Thais, because they are in a more dangerous situation than I am. My message to you people who are doing this: look at yourselves, look at exactly what you're doing, and step out of yourself for 1 minute, just 1 minute, that's all I'm asking, and consider what you're doing. You're hiding behind your computer screens, and you're trying to intimidate and harass your fellow citizens. And for what reason? Because you think they're trying to damage Thailand? Ask yourselves, are these people murderers? Are they terrorists? Are they drug dealers? No, they're none of those things. So, when you intimidate them, when you harass them, ask yourselves, what are you giving to Thai democracy? What are you doing for Thailand's future? As for me being a foreigner, again, I go back to the point I make. I'm a citizen of the world. You cannot shut me up. Your jingoistic, neo-nationalistic mindset only makes you look ridiculous. The reason I care is because I see innocent men and women suffering, and I care about them. I care about human rights, and I will talk about any situation anywhere in the world that I think needs to be addressed. When I made that video, I had absolutely no intention of provoking anyone, but I did realise that there would be overly sensitive people who would want to be provoked, who would use it as an excuse to continue their hysterical campaign of intimidation against their fellow Thai citizens. Some are trying it against myself, but it doesn't work. And my message to you is, you're cowards, you're bullies, you're thugs, and frankly, you are fascists, because if you are endorsing the idea that people should go to jail for 15 years simply for having an opinion, you're taking a fascist position. These people are not terrorists. They're not damaging Thailand. You are damaging Thailand. You are destroying any chance of progress in your country. Now you may say, why should I get involved? Well, if Thailand wants to be a democracy, then it should be open. And Thailand actually is violating international law. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 19, which Thailand signed, clearly gives protection of freedom of expression. Now the Lese Majeste laws are in violation of that. And in fact, in 1993, the Bangkok Declaration supposedly strengthened the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. So Thailand is actually violating the very laws it signed. Now, you say it's necessary to protect His Majesty. I would say, why? My question to you is His Majesty a human being? Is he a man? It's my understanding the King himself has said that he is not above criticism. So, your hysterical reaction, your overt sensitivity, all it does is make you look incredibly ignorant in terms of understanding human rights, basic human rights. Now you can insult me, you can say I know nothing, I'm a stupid foreigner. Well, I've had a lot worse insults than that. But the reason I care is because I see innocent men and women suffering. And I will speak up for them, because I have enormous respect for those people. In many cases, what's happening in Thailand is people who haven't even offended Majesty have been targeted. They have been falsely accused of breaking Article 112. So for you to say these laws are harmless, that's naive. In fact, any one of you could find yourselves targeted. In fact, the situation in Thailand now is a bit like the McCarthy era in the United States in the early 1950s. It was an atmosphere of hysteria. And sadly, that's what we're seeing in Thailand. Anyone is a potential target of this. I had hoped Miss Shinawat would reform these laws, but the situation is so bad that I don't think any individual politician can do it. So it's going to take brave, ordinary Thai citizens speaking out against this. In the end of the day, the royal police cannot arrest everyone, and now I'm speaking to those brave people who do stand up against it. I know at times life must be very hard. I know at times it must be maybe frightening. But you have my utmost respect, and you have respect from people all over the world. No tyranny lasts forever. This will not last forever. And believe me, people outside Thailand can see what is happening, and they can see this is not protecting Thailand, it's holding Thailand back. Now, those of you who have criticised me and attacked me, you say I'm anti-Thai. I am not anti-Thai. I think Thailand's a beautiful country. I think Thailand is a country with a lot of potential. And I have never once called for the abolition of the Thai monarchy. That's up to the Thai people. However, I 100% support free expression. I support the right of Republicans in Thailand to have their opinion. I support that right 100%. And if you say that you don't, if you say that they should be persecuted under Lese Majeste laws, then I would say you're anti-democracy. You say I insult Thailand and yourselves. I say you insult basic human dignity with your attitude, which by the way is fascist. That's all it is. You're extremists. You need to look at yourselves and realise just how fanatical you come across. I'm sorry if I'm speaking fast, and if English isn't your first language, you can get a translator or whatever to realise what I'm saying. I have to speak fast because I have to include everything I want to say. There's a few other points I'd like to make. A few of you have tried to say that in my country it's exactly the same thing. You probably know I'm from the UK. Well, it is true that we are also a monarchy. But just to clarify this, because a few of you are spreading inaccurate information, Britain does not have harsh Lese Majeste laws, nor does France, nor does Holland, nor does Sweden or any other European country. There may be some statutes in place, but they are rarely, if ever, used. So it's not comparable to Thailand. In my country we can openly criticise the monarchy, and I will prove it right now. Queen Elizabeth II and her family far too often gave a platform to dictators of vile regimes to come and wine and dine in this country. That is shameful. Prince Andrew, to give an example, is far too close to the dictatorship of Uzbekistan. That's just one example. So, whatever you think, in this country we will not go to jail for having an opinion about the Queen. It's true, many people hold her in high regard, although it's not comparable to Thailand where you have a personality cult. And that is basically what is going on in Thailand. Now, whatever achievements the king has, and I'm not disputing that he may have achievements. It's I don't know, I'm not a Thai citizen. But regardless of what he has done for Thailand, it does not justify these brutal laws that attack basic human dignity. The last time actually in the United Kingdom that Lese Majeste was prosecuted, I believe, was around 1715. That's right, 1715. In fact, we abolished absolute monarchy after the Glorious Revolution in 1688. I'm not saying it was perfect, and I'm not saying there was never issues with violations of offence to monarchy and that sort of thing. And we're still not perfect today. I'm not suggesting that we are. In fact, a Fathers for Justice campaigner is currently in prison in London now. I've spoken out about that. The grounds is that he vandalised the portrait of the Queen. Not against her, but asking for help. That's a child custody issue. So we are not perfect. However, generally speaking, we do enjoy a lot more freedom of expression when it comes to royalty. Now, that's not me saying that we are better than Thailand. That is me saying that it is wrong for you to say the same situation exists here, because it simply doesn't. And contrary to being chaotic, Britain is on the whole a very stable society. So for you to say that Lese Majeste is necessary for stability in Thailand, you're misguided. That's simply not the case. I've more or less said everything I want to say now. I believe that if Thailand is to have a bright future, it must abolish this appalling law. Lese Majeste is out of control. It has no place in the 21st century. It doesn't protect the royal family. It doesn't protect Thailand. And it violates international law. Now, you can hate me. You can pass this video around. Whatever. I haven't broken your laws because I am not in Thailand. And as for your cowardly threats, I will not take them seriously. Because basically that's what cyberbullies do. You try to intimidate people. It won't work. And I know the brave Thai people I know who are also campaigning against this, they won't be intimidated either. They're 10 times braver than you will ever be. So all I'm saying here, I'm making a final point, and I'm making this point reasonably. Just look at yourselves, just reflect on the issues for 1 minute. Step outside the box and try and consider the issues here. That's all. Lese Majeste must be abolished.